See, pardon me. My bad. So I've been in here talking already, right? And then I don't know what the hell YouTube is doing because it was saying I was live and then I wasn't live. So hold on one moment, like while I resolve this one matter. I mean, I didn't talk to everybody. I guess I should wait for that when I see that thing connecting, that I should be there. So I've been on a whole little rampage. I guess I got to start all the way over from the beginning. Wow, I done wasted 10 fucking minutes of talking. I don't even want to recycle that 10 minutes. That's, that was probably the best 10 minutes of the den that there ever was, and you guys missed out on it. That is unfortunate. I mean, I should have noticed when the little thing in the corner said 0 and it wasn't nothing going on. I've been sitting here talking, eating popcorn, and giving just giving this great anecdotal story. And I even cussed out Michelle, and you missed it, though. Terrible. Now, blame it on Peanut. It's Peanut's fault. Anyway, so getting back to what I said. So tonight we're going to talk about Halle Berry and David Justice and what's going on and why Halle Berry's name is back up in the news, or even if you want to call it news. But I'm a firm believer that professional athletes should not have podcast equipment. Like, take it away from them. There are very few good ones. Hold on, this thing is dropping. I don't know why it's dropping a lot. Hold on one second. It might get a little janky here for just a second. Don't disconnect. It's because I know it's slowing this up. I forgot to switch this up right before. All right. Should be much better now. So if it was looking a little janky earlier on, it should be much better now. What's the motherfucking deal? TD, shout out to TD, shout out to Texas Apache, shout out to lovely Miss K Grace, shout out to Miss Bell Northern Style. I even did a nice little rendition of Miss Bell. Y'all missed all of it. I was just talking and just talking. You know how I get. Once I get rolling, I just be talking. Shout out. Let me make sure I ain't missing nobody. TD, Texas Apache, Miss Bell, and Miss Grace. And if I miss you, I ain't dish you, or maybe I did deliberately. Anyway, so I believe that athletes don't need to have podcasts. Like, most athletes are dingbats anyway. Right, like there are not very many athlete-led podcasts that are worth the fuck. And y'all let me know if it's a little loud or how it's sounding, because I've spent most of the, like I've actually spent like the last couple of days trying to fix audio issues because I want to. It doesn't fucking matter what I want to do, but I'm trying to level up some stuff. So between now and hopefully next week, y'all will see some major improvements on some things. Right, I was trying to get it done today, and it's just, certain things ain't compatible with other certain things. And anyway, who cares? So professional athletes should not have podcasts because they have nothing really to talk about. Like, it's cool. I'm not a person who gives a fuck what an athlete. I just want to see you play on the field. Like, once you're done on the field, I don't give a shit, right? Like, if you're not on the field doing amazing feats of human strength and human ability, I really don't care. I don't care about the interviews. I don't care about your breakdown of the game. I don't care about any of that shit. Just like, go out there, perform, entertain me, and then get your ass home, go do whatever, go hit the club, go whatever. Just don't get arrested again, right? Jimmy Ward. Anyway, so I'm saying all that because, like I said, they're terrible. And David Justice made his way to a podcast. And some of you are like, who the fuck is David Justice? And who does he think he is to get to talk about Halle Berry? We're going to get into that. Some of you are not going to like my take on this because I don't think that he was necessarily wrong. Maybe the way that he voiced what he said might have ruffled a few feathers, but he's not wrong, because what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at David Justice and his history. We're going to take a look at Halle Berry and her history as celebrities and then as their dating history, if you want to call it that. And I've always said this. I've said this for years. I was the first person to say this. Like, it might be like, there's a lot of shit I said. If the den was bigger, you'd see a lot of people would have just have copied things that maybe they didn't copy. Maybe they had the same idea. But it's a bunch of shit I've been saying for years, almost a decade now, that I see a lot of people are coming to agree with. But I was the first nigga y'all ever heard to say that Halle Berry has trash box, right? I was the first. The niggas were doing Halle Berry so fine because when the den started, Halle Berry was still somewhat relevant, somewhat attractive. So I was the first one to say that I guarantee she's got bad box. Like, and she's a dead fish. I guarantee it, right? Because Halle Berry, let's think about it. While I'm talking about it, I want y'all to drop in the comments. What is your favorite line from a Halle Berry movie? Take the favorite movie that Halle Berry's ever been in, that she was a star, right? That she was a quote unquote star. Make sure you hit that like button. That she was a quote unquote star, and her memorable life. Halle Berry is only Halle Berry is only memorable for busting it up for Billy Bob, right? That's the only reason she got the fucking award, right? Because she was the first black woman to get I don't even know the award. Grammy, Emmy, Oscar, whatever it is. I think, what is it? Emmy's like TV. I think Oscar is movies, and Grammy's music, right? Something like that. Anyway, but you only know Halle Berry for being a subpar Catwoman and busting it up for Billy Bob, right? If she never busted up for Billy Bob, she gets no award, right? Was that her best role? You tell me. Losing Isaiah or some shit like that. I think she was in that shit, right? But anyway, so we're gonna get to that. And my quote on my note about athletes and podcasts. Come on, let's be honest. Think about it, right? And y'all can disagree if you want to. What athlete that has a podcast that is not primarily sent exactly, you forgot because it was a forgettable role. What athlete do you know that has a podcast that's not necessarily centered around sports, that's really entertaining, that's really good? Let's be honest. Shannon's not a good host or interviewer. He just has connections to celebrities. The celebrities take over his show and they just say quotable quotes, right? Wolverines, what's the motherfucking deal? I forgot she's in the fucking Flintstone. Cam Newton, terrible. Cam Newton gets ran over by every guest he had. I remember when Charleston White was on, he worked Cam over. Cam just says dumb shit. Cam thinks that he's bigger than most people that's supposed to have some, because he dresses like a fucking closeted lesbian auntie and from the fucking 70s. Like, he dresses like a weird lesbian hippie who got lost in time somewhere. Anyway, and that he's bigger than most people. Like, he's just like, who? You were great in college. You were an outstanding athlete, but the accolades, which were good, they were decent, but it's not like, are you saying Cam Newton is Hall of Fame? Right? Are you calling Cam Newton? Joe Rogan, I don't consider him an athlete, like a professional. I know he fought. You know what I'm saying? But like, was he ever at the top of the sport? Like you would say, like he was very well versed in the commentary and all that. But him, like I said, Cam, terrible podcaster. Shannon Sharp, terrible podcaster. And then who else? The only one who's done like decent so far has been Paul Pierce. And Paul Pierce, because he's actually got a little level of intelligence compared to these other guys. Paul Pierce's podcast, because he can actually go back and forth with the guests that he has on there. It ain't just bring somebody on there for a big name so I can try to capitalize on that, and then they work me over on my own show. Anyway, like I said, we're going to talk about David Justice. Who is David Justice, right? Because a lot of y'all don't know who David Justice is. You're like, oh, why is he talking about Halle, and who does he think he is? David Justice, right? Give him his justice. David Justice was a professional MLB player. Not just a professional, a damn good baseball player, right? He was a good baseball player. Notable, had about a 13-year career, okay, which is a nice sustainable career. I mean, if you're able to last a decade in any sport, you got to be decent, right? You got to be good. If you play 10 years of basketball, you got to be good. Yeah, David Justice, dude, she's married to. He was damn good. David Justice back then was I didn't even know baseball, but I knew David Justice, right? You have to be damn good to have a career going 5 years, much less to go 10, right? So there's just a couple of. He was the National League Rookie of the Year. Okay, he's a 3-time MLB All-Star, a 2-time World Series champion, won with the Braves, won with the Yankees, right? Won multiple Silver Slugger awards, was an ALCS MVP, and he's inducted into the Atlanta Braves Hall of Fame. Okay, so this is not just some guy off the street who just happened to be married to. Actually, he probably did her a service by being married to him, right? After Wesley knocked the shit out of her ass, right? Because, women don't listen. Wesley tried to get her mind right, so he knocked on the left side of her head. After Wesley knocked the shit out of her, and I don't think he did it deliberately. She's just a dainty woman, right? Wesley is the GOAT. Wesley's career is bigger than Halle Berry, so I'm not blaming Wesley, right? I'm not blaming Wesley Snipes is my hero. This motherfucker evades taxes. This motherfucker he was Blade. He was the first Marvel super, like when the whole Marvel thing took place. He was the first. Wesley Snipes is a trendsetter, and Wesley Snipes will kick your fucking ass. Right? The only nigga that do better karate than Wesley Snipes is fucking Michael Jai White. Okay, Wesley Snipes will beat the shit out of you. Especially if you might be a woman. That's Halle Berry. Anyway, he busted her eardrum. I think she fell. I think it was some old thin line between love and hate shit. She just blamed him for some shit he ain't really do. But anyway, so let's talk about it. Just to give a little rundown, career stats, batting average 279. This man had 305 home runs. Right? Man, fuck Halle Berry. I've been like, CTD, you ain't been in the den enough. You wasn't in the den when the den was the Kush den, right? And I've been saying if I move over to Kick, depending on what happens in the next few days, make sure all the links are in the description to all the other platforms. So, because tomorrow, this one's supposed to be the 13th. I said it the other day, my days have been off because there's just been a lot going on. All the links are in the description that you need for any other platforms that the den will be on. So if I move over to Kick, I've been testing stuff out today. I was kind of testing it to see, make sure my settings and shit were good for it. I'm going to do a great stream. The first stream I do on Kick, I advise no woman show up. Because y'all going to be like, Honcho is a woman-hating massage, especially Michelle motherfucking ass. She always complains, you just hate women. But I have a collection of videos to back up my claims about things. I don't just say shit to be saying shit, right? I don't get off on just saying shit to be whatever. Now, if I'm going to be an asshole, I'm going to be a fact-based asshole, right? Like, I'm going to be able to back up all of my claims with proof. Like, I don't get a kick out of shit just saying shit. Kick is another platform. It's kind of like Twitch, but without all the tiny hat rules. You know what I'm saying? Because you can say a lot more, you can do a lot more. It's a little bit more freedom of speech over there. But it's another stream. It's mainly streaming. So what I've been thinking is depending on how, Kick pays you like 95% of your shit. But I think, because like I said, I'm affiliated on Twitch, but as soon as I became an affiliate on Twitch, I stopped using Twitch. Yeah, more free speech. We only got limited free speech before all the tiny hats with the blue stars take over. You know what? I don't even use Blue Star ointment anymore ever since this whole thing with the tiny hats. But, and remember I kept saying the other day, the great acknowledgement, it's a great noticing. That's what they've been calling this movement, that people are becoming more and more aware of the hook nose tiny hat movement thing. They call it the great noticing. So if you have a chance, look that up. Anyway, but Kick, it's just kick.com/DenShowLive. All the links in the thing. But that may be where streams start going because YouTube doesn't push streams out, right? You fucking with Trump if you legalize the weed? But here's the thing, because YouTube doesn't promote streams. I saw a thing the other day. YouTube doesn't really promote streams. It promotes recorded content. So if I do keep fucking with YouTube, it'll be smaller videos, more recorded shit. I finally got shit set up so I can start doing like a different style of content. Shout out to White Persuasion because he gave me a good idea to kind of change my style. So I'm gonna probably start using that tomorrow. But for streams, for engagement, like other platforms, Twitch is a streaming platform. Kick is a streaming platform. YouTube is a recorded video platform. So it's only going to push your shit to people who already follow you, right? So with that being said, right, get back to David Justice, right? This motherfucker has 300 home runs. There's not a lot of motherfuckers in the 300 home run club, or that I know. Again, I'm not a baseball aficionado, okay? But again, to have 300 home runs on your resume, you got to be doing something right. So 300 home runs with 1,000 plus RBIs, over 1,500 hits in his career, over 1,600 games played. So the teams he played for made the postseason every full season of his career except the strike year, right? He reached the World Series 6 times and won twice. So let's talk about why I'm bringing all of this up, right? Why I'm bringing all of this up. because people are acting like, oh, David Justice, he's some peon, and why is he speaking on Halle, right? I'm gonna tell you why you're right. I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong, right? So here is the thing, okay? Here is the thing. Have a show chat with no host. Did you hit the refresh button? I don't know if everybody can see it or not, but so his first marriage was to Halle Berry, right? Halle Berry, Oscar-winning actress, right? Oscar-winning actress Halle Berry, busted it open for Billy Bob, right? They were married January 1st, 1993. Happy fucking New Year. Until the separation in February 1996. 3 years. I want y'all to remember 3 years, right? I want y'all to remember. Look, here's the deal. I'm going to go over a list of relationships, not just his, but that Halle Berry has had. And y'all are going to notice a common thing, right? David Justice isn't the problem, right? He's not the problem. But he just made a bad decision. And I'm trying to tell y'all, that's why it was better for him to have divorced Halle than whatever. It was a better arrangement for him. He did not lose by divorcing Halle Berry. Anyway, second marriage. Got married 2001. As of August 2025, they have been married for 24 years, and they have children together. I don't know how many children, but again, got kids, got a wife. As far as I know, happy household. 24 years of marriage, got to be doing something right, right? I'm pretty sure that, well, if you're married, you're in the same house, so your kids are living with you. So let's talk about Halle Berry. Halle, that's the best thing about Halle Berry was that fucking song. Halle Berry. I can't even do the dance. But anyway, let's talk about Halle fucking Berry. Halle Berry is the most forgettable Oscar-winning actress of all time. The most forgettable Oscar-winning actress in history. Okay? In history. Prove me wrong. Think about it. The role she won wasn't even that great of a role. Let's be honest, right? Let me look it up. Let me see what I'll look up. I'll look this up while I'm talking about it. Anyway, the most forgettable Oscar. And again, Halle Berry is just attractive. She's attractive with very bad box, right? So I'll explain what I'm saying. Whatever his wife does, I'm pretty sure he put her on. She probably do whatever the fuck she wanted to do. She can be a stay-at-home wife if she wants to. I mean, you're married to a legendary baseball player, right? She's the founder of the House of Sacred Flame, a luxury brand known for its exquisite furniture and jewelry designs, which means, is she white? Y'all gonna stay? Y'all gonna say that? And then I know this is a woman-written article because now they're calling about who is Rebecca Villalobos. I had a good friend with the last name Villalobos, right? And she's been married to this man for 24 years, but you're gonna call her by her maiden name. That's woman shit, right? Now let's be honest. House of Sacred Flame and all that shit. I'm pretty sure there had to be some funding to have a luxury. It's not cheap to get into the furniture game, right? It's not cheap to get into the furniture game. It's not cheap to make cheap furniture. So you definitely had to have some backing from who, say, a multi-millionaire baseball player making $12 million a year, like at least. And that's when money was like good. That was in the 90s, like making that kind of money. So you're talking about a lot of fucking money, right? So I mean, I'm pretty sure capitalizing off the Justice name and the Justice game, she was able to do her House of Sacred Flame. I've never heard of that's awful. I've never heard of the House of Sacred Flame furniture ever in my life, but I hope it does well. I hope Halle Berry bought a House of Sacred Flame couch and she gets ran through on that goddamn couch. That's what I hope. Fuck Halle Berry. Anyway, Halle Berry, the most forgettable Oscar-winning actress of all time, right? If y'all don't see, I'm embracing my inner bad guy. I'm going off there. I'm taking it back to the days of the dead. Oh, but that's what I was saying, T. You weren't in the den when the den was the Kush den. That's when it was complete mayhem. But I may bring that back. I may have to bring that back. Those were the days of, I think I'd be saying some ridiculous shit now. I was saying some off the walls. I don't even remember half the shit I was saying. Well, let's see. So let's talk about Halle Berry. Right? Halle Berry has had a number of popular films. Let's go down the list. Right? Let's go down the list of the great Oscar-winning actress, Halle Berry. Let's name these and just, tell me if you saw them or not. I'm going to list them out. Tell me which ones you did see and which one. Just type it if you saw it. Type it in the chat. If you didn't see it, then just skip over. That's the only way I'll be able to keep up because you might say yes or no. There's a little delay in the stuff, and I'm not going to know which ones you're talking about. I am embraced. No, look, call me Unc. I don't have no fucking siblings with kids. I don't. Well, I got a sister somewhere, like a half sister. And we're going to talk about this. Remind me about the half sister thing. I want to talk about that. Somebody who still has a decent memory. Once I get off this rant about Halle Berry, remind me about my theories with the half sister thing, because there's a double standard when it comes to kids. Like, why is it let's talk about now. Why is it when it's the mama's baby, they want to give you full-blooded family rights, right? Mama got a bunch of different baby daddies. You see all these. You see these. Some of these women out there have a daycare worth of kids, right? 4 different baby daddies, 5 different kids, or 5 different baby daddies and 4 different kids. I mean, you do the math. Anyway, but yet all of those are considered blood. But maybe daddy might have did a little dick dabbling all over town. Hey, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. Hey, right? Now, daddy could have 4 or 5 baby mamas. But those kids are never considered. Those are half brothers, half sisters, Look, the sex of the kid is determined by the man. So look, the womb is like, let me explain this to y'all. And this is where some people are going to get enraged. Y'all going to be ready to fight me. But I still love y'all, okay? But you can't say that I'm wrong. I still love y'all. Don't get mad. But the womb is dirt, okay? The womb is dirt, all right? Or you're like, Honcho, what the fuck are you saying? I know you hate women. You just think we're dirt and trash. That's not what I'm talking about. A better word would be soil, right? Because you need to have good soil for seeds to grow. The man plants the seed, right? Because let's be honest, the eggs, they get discarded as trash every month around the same time if they're not fertilized. Am I right or am I wrong? Okay? So those eggs are, it's neither here nor there. The body's going to reject them and say, hey, we're tired of these old eggs, we're going to get rid of them. The seed does not get dispersed until the body or until the man decides, hey, whether by choice or by desperation or by pure boredom, whatever you want to call it, he's going to expel some seed. Okay? Those eggs expire. Now, so those eggs are nothing without the seed to fertilize them, right? We love to give women credit, not give women credit for carrying and, nurturing and, holding on to the baby. That's a task, the incubator, the human incubator. Right? That's a task, and I respect that, right? And you have to adjust your life. You have to carry 2 lives within you. It's respectable. But if it's not fertilized, it's just dirt, right? Nobody's admiring dirt when dirt is just sitting there until something starts to grow out of the dirt. That's what it is. Anywho, halfway, half sister, full sister, all that other stuff, crazy stuff. And yeah, exactly. All right? They getting them goddamn GMO seeds instead of getting those heritage seeds. That's the problem, right? So, yeah, I mean, you need dirt, water, sunshine. That's how plants grow. But nothing grows until the seed is planted, right? Dirt don't make fucking tomatoes by itself. You need a proper seed. And for even that seed needs to be quality for it to be a quality tomato. Anyway, let's go down this list, the list of movies. And I want y'all to type in the movie that you did see. Right? I'm laughing at Miss Grace. Well, I mean, look, y'all see they replacing y'all. They trying to put the pig wombs in the trannies now. So, I mean, hey, I'm just saying, If science is recreating, they haven't recreated the sperm. They haven't created artificial sperm yet. They're creating artificial wombs, right? I don't think any woman's going to want to get some artificial pig sperm. But again, we'll get back to the movie. So, first movie, Jungle Fever, 1991. 1991, The Last Boy Scout. 1992, Boomerang. All notable movies in, somebody blocked you. I don't know, let me see where it's at. I still see you. Let's see. What I say? Yeah. Jungle Fever, Last Boy Scout, 92, Boomerang. I've never seen Boomerang. And I know people are going to be like, it's blasphemous, Honcho. How you going to go? Look, I get it. I get it. These are notable black movies so far. Okay? Last Boy Scout wasn't bad. Jungle Fever. We all know Samuel L. from Jungle Fever. Let's see. Samuel L. was a bigger role in Jungle Fever than goddamn Halle Berry. Anyway, and y'all tell me which of these movies she's the star in. Like, tell me that she is the star that made the movie. Tell me that she was the biggest name in any of these movies. Fatherhood, The Flintstones, Losing Isaiah, Executive Decision, Bullworth. That was in 98. X-Men in 2000. Swordfish in 2001. We know what role she played in Swordfish. Let's be honest. Like, there's a common theme. There's a common theme in a lot of her roles, okay? She definitely wasn't the greatest, because she played Storm. She definitely wasn't a quality Storm. There have been, the Storm on the goddamn cartoon was a better Storm, right? Let's see. And because she was cast, so you had X-Men 2, you had Die Another Day. I don't think I saw Die Another Day. Monsters Ball came after Swordfish, and we know what she won for playing with balls in Monsters Ball, right? X-Men 2, X2 in 2003, Gothica, 2004, Catwoman, forgettable. Let's see, and then what kind of motherfucker are you that you hop franchise? You do DC and you do Marvel? You're a piece of shit, right? What was that, Baps? I don't even know if Baps is on the list, right? I don't even think they got that on here. That's probably her most notable hood role. Let's see. Ross said, shut up, Peanut. Let's see. X-Men, The Last Stand, Perfect Stranger, Things We Lost in the Fire, Cloud Atlas, Dark Tide, The Call, X-Men, Days of Future Past, Frankie and Alice, Kidnap, Kingsman, The Golden Circle, Kings, John Wick 3. I didn't know she was in John. I forgot she was in John Wick 3. See, forgettable. 2021, some movie called Bruised, which she also directed. None of you heard of it. Moonfall, The Union in 2024, Never Let Go. You don't know any of these movies. How was she the benefit of David Justice? How did that, again, she had a role 2014 to 2015 on some CBS series, Extant. 1999, some TV movie introducing Dorothy Dandridge. She's appeared in voice acting roles, anthology film, made cameos of herself in documentaries. La 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 la, bunch of bullshit. Nobody's buying the goddamn. I'm gonna say she forgettable on The Last Boy Scout. I just forgot she was there. I remember Executive Decision, but I don't remember what it was. So let's just kind of give it a list of others. So let's talk about Halle Berry and her relationships, right? So we gave a long list of David Justice's relationships. Halle Berry and to his current wife, who he's been married to for 24 years, right? 24 years. Let's talk about Halle Berry and her notable relationships, marriages, and things like that. Just to cut it short, Halle Berry's been married 3 times, divorced 3 times. And you're like, oh, it happens. It happens. But I'm explaining to you why this shit is so tragic. I'm explaining to you why she's an embarrassment, right? And this is why looks don't matter, right? Because women always say, oh, he fumbled the bag because he was good looking. Good looking bitches ain't. I'd rather a regular, average looking bitch with some sense and some skills than a bitch who thinks she's, a 10 in her skin and can't help me win. Okay? Let's talk about it. Number of marriages and divorces. First, David Justice. Absolutely. I want you to keep that note. After David Justice, Eric Benet. David Justice was from 93. The divorce was finalized in 97, even though they split up in 96. Eric Benet, 2001 to 2005. Divorce was finalized. Another 4 years. Oliver Martinez. Married in 2013. Divorced in 2016. 3 years. But the divorce settlement got finalized in 2023. Why did he cheat repeatedly? If you got one of the most attractive women in the world, as some people like to say, why did he cheat so much? Why? I bit my tongue. Why? Bit the shit out of my tongue. Why did she cheat? Why did he cheat so much? Because the box was bad. It was bad box. She's a shitty lay, and he had to go astray, right? Because think about it. Why wouldn't you? Again, women love to value the attractiveness, and they love to value that being the primary thing, beauty and all that. Beauty don't keep a man. If you got a shitty personality, and you're just a shitty person, that attractiveness will keep a sucker. It'll keep a simp. But a man with opportunity, options, and choices, it's not going to stick around. He's going to be like, man, fucking lose this bitch. Right? All right? Halle Berry got bad box. Right? I'm telling you. Let me tell you how she got bad box. Halle Berry paying alimony support for motherfuckers she ain't even getting married to. Why doesn't she have any of her children? We cannot give this woman credit. Like, it's one thing if the men don't stay. It's another thing. It's another thing if the kids don't want to stay with you. What's the excuse? If your kids don't want to be with you, as a mother, right? We give mothers the high quality props for being great mother figures and the nurturers and all that. Somebody planted some seed in that dirty soil, and then the fruit that was born, that bared from that soil, didn't even want to stick around. How do you justify that? Right? So let's get into it. Let's talk about some of her well-publicized relationships. All her kids are with their fathers. She didn't have any of her damn kids. So we got David Justice, Eric Benet, Oliver Martinez, some French actor, Gabriel Audrey, who I guess was a model. They share a daughter named Nahia, something like that. She's paying him child support. Shamar Moore, dated after the first divorce. That didn't last a year. Let's see. Michael Ealy, dated briefly after the split from Benet. Relationship ended in 2005. Which means they didn't even last a year. Because she divorced Eric Benet in 2005. Why can't one of the most attractive women on the planet that people will say historically, if these suckers are out here talking about, that's Halle Berry, I let her do what she wants to. She ain't got to cook or clean. It's not about cooking and cleaning. It's about this bitch has a shitty fucking personality and crappy kitty. Right? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, I've been watching y'all defend her, and this is why I'm going in the way that I'm going in. Because there's no defense of this woman. Right? You don't have any of your kids. You're paying child support to multiple people, multiple men. Usually it's because she is her problem. But you can't defend her. I'm not pissed off. I tell you, I come with facts. I don't say things just to be an asshole. I have well-documented reasoning for my beliefs. Let's see. Van Hunt. I guess they've been dating since 2020. Berry has publicly discussed their romance and engagement project. I don't know who that is. He's not going to marry her. She had other relationships, including Danny Wood from New Kids on the Block, Wesley Snipes, and a Chicago dentist named John Ronan. David Justice, married 24 years. I've never heard of a scandal. I've never heard of anything negative. I've never heard of anybody speaking ill of David Justice until he made that comment. And again, except you want to watch the rest of the podcast, he didn't really speak negative. He just said that was the reason why he didn't stick around. He was raised in a Midwest home that, he was used to the women cooking and cleaning and, being traditional. She wasn't that. See, men will date a woman in expectations of her acclimating, right, into that motherly figure, because that's what you're taught. Oh, women are motherly. We get lied to. Men are the ones who get lied to. And then we get duped into believing that women are good, and then we find out, hey, these bitches ain't shit. When Drake them said it a long time ago, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. They said it a long time ago. But anyway, let's see, the actor, the white guy that she has the kid with, Halle Berry was ordered to pay $16,000 a month in child support to Gabriel Aubrey, alongside a retroactive payment of $115,000 and $200,000 and $300,000 for Aubrey's attorney fees. No spousal support because they weren't married. Oliver Martinez, she pays $8,000 a month in child support. This bitch is paying what, 20? Was it 8 and 16? $24,000 a month in child support. And child support, right? Let's see. What kind of woman does that? Like, it's rare that women get put in these, like, if a woman is in this situation, it's usually because she's a terrible person. Usually because she's a bad person, right? Like, even if you do get divorced and, again, you may have to pay some alimony because you made more money. Why aren't your kids with you? Why aren't your kids with you? Like, your career isn't that prevalent. You're not booked like that. You're making a little something here and a little something there that your kids can't go. And again, I'm pretty sure that you're well known enough that people will be willing to have them on set and everything like that. It's questionable. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look at something in just a second. So what she's paying him for their divorce settlement, 4.3% of any income above $2 million per year as additional child support. So if she makes a movie and she makes over $2 million or so, 4.3% of everything over that is going to child support. She pays for all of their son's private school tuition, uniform, school supplies, extracurricular activities, and health insurance. She also had to pay $50,000 towards Oliver's divorce lawyers. And let's see, custody agreements for joint legal and physical custody. Yeah, we'll see about that. So let's see. 3 marriages, 3 divorces, a bunch of other major relationships, pays about $24,000 a month in child support. Has a bunch of movies none of you have even watched, right? A bunch of movies most of you have not even watched. Y'all just know her name is Halle Berry because she's attractive. That's all it takes for a woman. Doesn't have to be skilled or talented. As long as she looks decent, and that's why these women are going out and getting these surgeries, because they think it's going to enhance their chances. Women are going out, instead of working on their personality, working on their skill set, working on traits that can, be transferred down to generations and passed on. They figure, I'll go get a BBL because I saw some video vixen do it and all the men talked about it. But that video vixen was never married. She got passed around more than Halle Berry did. Well, and passed around like a football from Peyton Manning, but never hit the end zone. Never scored the touchdown, right? What is the point? Right? They'll go get boob jobs, they'll get all this stuff to make themselves appear better just to get more attention. But if you still have the same shitty personality, like Halle Berry should be a lesson. And Halle Berry didn't need surgery and all of those shit. As far as I know, she didn't have any. Maybe, I don't know. But she was an attractive woman, right? But Father Time catches us all. Father Time catches each and every one of us eventually. We all have our heyday. Some of us, it carries on into our older years, but there's always going to be a point in your prime where you're going to look back and say, man, right back then I was the shit. Right? Well, some people never get that, right? Matter of fact, let me see something. Do. And you can't always go by these things. Alrighty, and let's see. All right. So, Halle Berry says has an estimated net worth of $90 million. I'm pretty sure she made a lot of money over the years. She seems like a woman who likes to spend money. I don't know. Maybe not. Right? So, $90 million. David Justice has a cool 40. He's not hurting. Right? He's got a cool 40. He's had his career. He's got a happy wife, happy family. Right? I take $40 million and a happy relationship. Y'all can keep the kids. I don't give a fuck about the kids. But if that's your thing, to have a happy family and all that, because kids are expensive. They waste the fucking money. But I'd rather have $40 million and 24 years of happiness with someone who, in all measures is censored. No, I'm not. Your messages need to be censored. All right, let's see. I'm skipping some of them. Personalities my chat can determine when you're lying. Women with personalities. Most women's personalities are centered around something male-based. We can have that discussion if y'all would like to, because this is true. But anyway, I'd rather have 24 million, a happy marriage, a happy family life, and moderate. I don't want fame at all. You know what I'm saying? But fame is weird to me. But to have your moderate level of fame, to have your accolades, to actually have done things for physical achievement. Halle Berry's most accomplished moment was getting bust up by dusty old Billy Bob. And I fuck with Billy Bob, right? I fuck with Billy Bob Thornton. Bad Santa, classic. Billy Bob's a way bigger name than Halle Berry. Halle Berry. Billy Bob, fucking, what's the other one? It wasn't Bad News Bears. It was, it's another name. But Billy Bob has greats. He has classics, right? Billy Bob is fucking hilarious, right? Y'all didn't remember any of Halle Berry's movies. Like, I forgot she was in that too. She's not memorable, but she made a career. I need to look at any of these movies that she was in, and I need to see if Harvey Weinstein produced any of these movies. Because I'm pretty sure Halle got her roles the Weinstein way. That's the, because let's be honest. Let's be honest. Name a fucking movie where you're like, wow, Halle Berry played an outstanding role, right? Angelina Jolie, that's because her daddy, who was it, John Voight? That's like the only celebrity family thing I know, right? Because her dad, that's how she got on. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say Angelina just did anything remarkable. Nothing I can think. She had a couple of little movies. I would say, I like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right? But Angelina, Mrs. Steal Your Man. Angelina be the bitch that stole the man from Halle. Halle be the one that run the man off. Like, bitches don't even steal. Like, they ain't even stealing Halle, man. They just leaving. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's the going rate of it these days, $40. But, right? So, again, I believe Angelina Jolie's a fucking lunatic. I think she's like into that weird sex magic shit. I think she's a fucking lunatic. Like, these are my beliefs. I can't confirm. Oh, Angelina was married to Billy. Oh, that's right. Right? Look at Billy Bob back in the back. See, he wasn't tripping on no Halle Berry. He had Angelina Jolie at home. I got Halle Berry at home. But again, so I say all this to say that you know, I'm not knocking it. You get your money, you do your thing. But money doesn't make you a great person. You can still be a shitty person. There's a reason that like all of these men couldn't have been. Either she's the worst. She has like the worst coochie management system in history, right? She makes poor pussy management. Like she is the queen of it because she cannot keep a dude around. Because how are you supposed to be that attractive, right? But you can't keep it unless you got some funky walk by air or sit down there. I mean, like, what is it? Like, what other reason could it be? Right? Do I think I have a good personality? It depends on who you ask. I think I'm very frank, and I think people appreciate that. Right? I think that I think I'm frank. Some people appreciate that, right? I think that, you know, what I say is pretty much what I mean. I don't care what you think. And I think what I say is what I mean, and I generally, and it's like, I'm not always abrasive about things, but you know, I think I got a very interesting sense of humor. It's not for everybody, but see, I accept that. That's the difference between men and women, right? Because I don't believe that everybody likes me. I'm actually surprised when people do like me, but I'm going to be who I am. Like, it's really weird. Like, why? And that makes me more intrigued. When somebody actually thinks I'm interesting, it makes me more intrigued. It's like, why do you? What's wrong with you that makes you believe that, right? Because I think I'm a little thrown off. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I mean, other than that, no, I don't think. I mean, I think I have a very drastic repair. Oh, I definitely hate to deal with fucking menopause, Barry. Pause that, Barry. But all right, so. Let me take a look. Where are we at right now? We started at 7:30, even though I talked to myself for 10 fucking minutes. Let's do this. I got to set the thing up on here because I've been, like I said, I've been trying to knick-knack, patty-whack. Thank you, Miss Grace. I love you too, Miss Grace. I don't like Michelle that much, but she's all right. She hangs around, so she's okay. I love Miss Bell. The OGs, the Michelle person's a weird little newcomer. I don't even know how she got in here. I don't know how she found it then. I got something very interesting about that because I got popcorn in my teeth, so pardon me. Let's do this, okay? I should have brought my ass a fucking bottle of water up here. I did not. Let's do this. Give me 45 seconds, okay? I'm going to get a little bit of water because I am thirsty because the popcorn done got me. See, Miss Bell, if you love unsweetened tea, I know you love me. Can't tell me nothing. Give me like 45 seconds. Let me go grab a thing of water. I guess I'll let the little demon in here. And then we'll take some calls. So if you guys feel different about what I said, if you think that it's more the men than Halle Berry, if you think that, you know, I'm just a misogynist, I won't disagree with you, but I don't think my misogyny was applied very heavily on this particular perspective. We'll talk about it. So give me just a second. I'm gonna have to put the phone on here because I had it, like I said, I'm trying to set some stuff up differently so that way when I show y'all content, it's much more clear and smooth and I can flow through things better. And then it's better for recording. And then I'm trying to take all this that way. I'm trying to get it all right in the den. So that way, when I get back in the sauce, everything is smooth because, it's a lot more shit that goes on in the sauce that I do in the den. The den is usually kind of like a one-man band. When we get the round table and things like that in the sauce, I want some things to go smoothly. And something I've been trying to do for fucking years. I think I finally got it figured out. but I'm just trying to get it perfected here, and then and get those things going. For those of you who fuck with the sauce, yeah, trust me, it's supposed to go. I was trying to do something Sunday after the preseason game, but it's I'm trying to do one thing at a time. I'll get in the shit and I'll be trying to do everything, and then I make no progress. So I'll make like 1% progress here, 1% progress, and never finish when I can make 10% progress here if I focus, get that complete, and then just copy paste and put on the other thing and be done much faster. But anyway, I'm gonna get some water, right? I'm gonna come right back. So I'm gonna put y'all on the main screen. Give me 45 seconds. I'll be right back after these commercial messages. Okay, there we go. I didn't have audio on this one. Here, goddamn. All right, so welcome back. Glad to see you all. Let's see. So give me a second. Let me get the. What are you standing on? You standing on the keyboard, asshole. All right. Let's see. Oh, you're doing too much now. You're doing too much. So let me. This is what y'all want. This is what you want. We don't do that. All right, give me a second. Why didn't you update when I wasn't doing whatever? Give me a second. Let's relaunch that. Let that update real quick. I got to make sure. Because what I learned, when I first started using this this mixer and everything was just playing out of the same deal, I had to figure out why and what. And so I've learned that there are some complications with this thing. But we'll get it all figured out here. Give me a second. I'll listen to myself here. Take a look. Halle Berry ain't shit. Whoever's listening, Halle Berry ain't shit. All right, so let's see here. Output routing. I don't want it to, let me do a little test here so that way I make sure, because I don't want, when you call in, if you call in, I don't want the sound to be getting sent back to you the same way. Okay, so this needs to be switched over. See? That's what I'm saying. It's fucking loud as shit. All right, we'll check it out. We'll see how that works. Hopefully it is in tune. If not, we'll fix it real time like we always do. Do. I don't know why I sing to McDonald's. I don't even eat McDonald's like that. It's just, see, this is what I'm saying. What do you want? I don't have any cookies for you. This is what I'm saying. This just for music gets in your head. These songs, they get in your mind, and you just random. That's the spells. That's the possession right there. We think of it as harmless, but no, it's not. It's terrible, right? Like, why am I singing to McDonald's? I don't want no damn plastic fries from McDonald's. Where's that phone number at? Shut up. Who you growling? I'll punch you in the nose. Yeah, I said it. What you gonna do about it? I don't got no snacks for you, man. Get out of here. All right. So, if you want to call in, share your thoughts, I'll be more than happy to chop it up with you guys. 713-338-9389. If you want to talk about Halle Berry, if you want to talk about David Justice, if you want to talk about, I wish Peter. Why does it be the last? Peter's a terrible thing, right? And there's other things to talk about too. It was something else. Something else happened. Oh, I got some good videos for y'all coming. I've been storing up so much content. Man, I always tell y'all more than 3. I will not be. I am not going to any, for the rest of my life. If y'all, if we cool and we know each other, even if I'm not going to any primarily black events, so don't invite me. Okay. I'm not going to no black pool party. One, niggas don't be swimming. Especially the women don't be swimming. But 2, saw a video of, and there's some weird mother-son relationships going on these days, right? Saw a video, pool party in Detroit, where a fight breaks out between 2 women. I guess one of the women's sons was there, and this was a big nigga. He was a big old nigga. You know what I'm saying? A big old nigga. I got to get my soundboard. I got plenty coming for y'all. It's only gonna get better from this point forward. I've got the foundation laid, but it's only gonna get better because we're gonna have fun, like old dead fun. They just need to finish the fucking kitchen. So, and apparently mama and somebody fighting. This nigga ended up stabbing one of the bitches. Like the bitch that was fighting. And I mean, it's like people were so busy watching the altercation and doing I'm too old for that shit, bro. I'm not finna stand around and watch nobody. I watch fight videos on the internet. If I see some people getting into a kerfluffle, shut up. Who you talking to? Who? Nigga. If I see people getting, you can't. You get out of my face. If I see people getting into a kerfluffle, I'm leaving. I don't want to see who wins the fight because ultimately we're all going to lose. If somebody, motherfuckers can't take L's no more. Somebody's going to start shooting. And then niggas can't shoot. Get off me. And niggas can't shoot. You bite this cord. That's your ass, Mr. Postman. And then so innocent bystanders are finna get popped for no fucking reason. But anyway, I guess mama was fighting. They all talking all. It was a bunch of goddamn studs and some other shit going on. Don't lick that. Don't you stop. Look, I'm finna kick you right back out. Get off my mic. That is not, look, Peanut, I will sell you for another one of these. Right? But yeah. So the studs out there fighting, mama getting whooped, niggas get to jugging on one of the hoes, and then it's blood all over. Motherfuckers was so caught up in the brawl and the kerfluffle, they didn't even notice this bitch was leaking, and she ended up dying right there in the fuck, lost a bunch of blood, blast on the, and then they went from world star to wow. Bro, I'm too old for all of that shit. I'm too old to get involved in anybody else's violence. If it ain't a personal issue with me, I'm leaving. Right? I'm not taking a L for somebody else's shenanigans and tomfoolery just to say I was on the scene somewhere. I have no interest, right? Especially in the city now, especially in Houston with all the melting pot that has become all these out of towners. I'm not. I don't. I'd rather stay home. Peanut, this is it. I'll fight Peanut. That's the only fight I'm getting into. I'd rather stay home and away from the bullshit. Ow! Get off me. I'd rather stay home and away from the bullshit than get caught up in it because it's too much. But again, imagine that now, and it's all on video, so everybody knows you stabbed a bitch. Bro, get off my shoe. Everybody knows you stabbed a bitch, so you're going to jail because your mama couldn't fight. That's my mama, dog. That's my like, man, your mama, let your mama fight. If she got into the shit, then let her fight. Right? Because it's the craziest. It's wild, right? When is the last time I've been out? I don't even know. It might have been a fucking Rockets game. But it might have been a Rockets playoff game. Might have been the last time I've been out. I think. I can't remember. No, I got a terrible memory. Peanut, stop biting me, man. I'm finna kick you back out. All right, see? So this is what I get. Boop. Boop. Don't bite. Boop. Anyway. Yeah, so it's like I'm not going to clubs. Like, clubs are for losers. Let's be honest, right? Like, and you feel how you want to. I ain't been on the club scene thing since I was like in my early 20s. Peanut, why are you biting on my clothes? Like, I'm not finna do it, bro. Like, for what? Club is like, what is the benefit of going to a club? Now, there's a difference, right? I'd go to a dive bar, but I'm not going to no club. Like, I'll go to a hole in the wall type dive bar where, it's a bunch of regulars who attend that bitch all the time. I won't go to a club. I'm not going to go to, hold on, let me kick. Yeah, Peanut, you got to get out. You got to get out, bro. You got it. Hold on. Just give me a second. Peanut's got to go. You got to go. You got to go, Peanut. You got to. You're doing too much. All right, but yeah. So no, ain't no way. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere where, you got motherfuckers who go and show up just to post. Like, people go to a club just to go get into some shit. I ain't got time for that. They're like, what kind of loser life are you? Like, what kind of loser do you have to be? I'm going out just to go start a fight. You're a fucking loser, right? Or you're going out to be around a bunch of strangers all the fucking time. Like, if you go to 2 different clubs in the same week, you're a fucking loser. Right? Like, I can understand. I can't, but I'll almost validate. Like, if it's a particular club you like because of the environment, and you hit that on. But if you're hopping from club to brunch to being on the scene here, there, everywhere, you got self-esteem issues. Right? You have self-esteem problems. Like, and you can argue about it if you want to, but it's true. Like, why do you always have to be somewhere new? On a new scene in a new place with a bunch of people and a bunch of energy trying to cause a scene, trying to get recognition. You have low self-esteem. I don't want anything to do with that. Like, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want to attend. I don't want, I have no interest whatsoever in being in a place, a location, a facility, anything like that. Why? I'd rather be at a kickback with people I know because I understand how the personality is going to be. I understand we all have the same intention to have a good time with our friends. I don't know that Billy Joe over here got beef with Billy Ray, from 32 years ago. Niggas be mad at some nigga that beat him up in high school. It'd be 20 years later, motherfucker still beefing with the motherfucker that waiting to see him. Like, I don't got time for that. I don't. So why would I want to put myself on the scene? I can see bitches twerk out. Like, what? That shit is played out. Twerking is played out. And I hate it, right? Because, twerking, that shit originated in South. And the thing, y'all let the little chicken booty Miley Cyrus blow it up, and then black women started embracing. Black women were not embracing twerking like that. Black women were dancing, but they were not embracing twerking until Miley Cyrus. Then they did it all of a sudden. That was a New Orleans thing, right? That was a New Orleans Southern thing. And then black women as well. Like, this is what bugs me about black folks. Right? Like, I love my people. Don't get me wrong. No, I don't. I like some black people. Right? And that goes, I like some people, period, of all kind across the board, but I like some black people. You're never going to hear me say I'm doing something black just because it's black, right? Now, yeah, you listen to that goofy. That shit started from bitches in New Orleans and that bounce music. And they was popping that thing. That shit. Twerking has been around in the South for fucking forever, right? Because you never heard twerking in nobody. You ain't hear no motherfuckers in New York talking about twerking until after Miley Cyrus. You ain't hear it really up outside of Houston and New Orleans. You ain't hear no California motherfuckers talking about no twerking. You didn't hear any of these heavily black populated areas anywhere talking about twerking. It wasn't in Atlanta. It wasn't in all. That was a Houston. That was a New Orleans. I'm giving credit where credit's due, New Orleans. But you got to understand, in Houston, half of the motherfuckers, even before Katrina, are related to somebody from Louisiana, right? Whether it's Baton Rouge, Lafayette, fucking New Orleans, Alexandria, wherever. You got some kind of, most black people in Houston have relationships or family with people from Louisiana, right? And it's just, it's a thing. So a lot of times, that's why I say like Houston is the South. That's why Dallas is the Midwest. Because there's been this big debate going on online on what the real South is. Anything, you have to be below I-10, right? You have to be, the real South is below I-10. The deep South is below I-10. I-10 and down. There's going to be some people in the city. I stay right north of I-10, nigga. Fuck you. Fuck what you talking about. I'll give you credit if I-10 run through your city, right? You know, the culture's there. But I-10 and below is the deep South. It's the South, right? Like, and again, it's from Southeast Texas, most definitely Oklahoma. Think about it. People from Dallas talk like people from St. Louis. They have that that heavy sound. Like, who does it? Nowhere else in Texas does anybody talk like that. Nowhere else in Texas, right? Nowhere else in Texas does anyone talk like that, right? Nobody does the like that. And this has been a long time, because I had problems from Dallas when I was in school in 2003, right? Man, I need a bird. What the fuck is a bird? Like if I got a bird, you feel like you step on something? I'm talking about a beer, right? Like, and like Kurt and all that shit, just like, and just like saying, all right there. I'm gonna do it right there. Hey, y'all talk like niggas from St. Louis, and well, you're not a native, but and it's niggas from Dallas wore leather pants and leather shorts, and like Dallas's whole ideology was like the opposite of Houston. We was out here starching our shit, starch your jeans up. Niggas would start wearing fucking leather pants. Niggas had the South Side fade, had the little fade, whatever. Niggas was wearing fatbacks, the shags. That's makes no sense. No, that's something and that's what they do on Miss Bell. That ties to Africa thing. Them African women, that's a whole nother thing. The women out here don't twerk like that. That was a cultural thing, because it's almost like the Hawaiians, Polynesians and shit, like when they do the hip thing. Like, you don't see mainlanders taking that and then doing it in the club and calling it something. Niggas always try to find it. Like in Africa, that was a cultural thing. And it'd be like groups of women doing it. And, there was a ceremony. Like you said, it was ceremonious. It was a thing, right? These are motherfuckers in the club trying to spread their ass cheeks as far apart as they can for anybody who'll look at it, right? There's nothing. It's pure sexual, right? It has nothing to do with growth, development, or nothing. Let me show you what I can imaginary do on a dick, and they can't, and then get some attention for it. Right? There's no ceremony. There's no growth, because there's no culture in fucking Black America. What's the ceremony? Graduating from high school? You saw motherfuckers acting graduating from high school. They was going crazy. So, it is what it is. But it's just like, it's a wild world that we live in. But yeah, I don't even want to go to clubs. See, I don't want to smell fucking hot fish pockets in the fucking club. It just be funky. You know what I'm saying? Everybody smell like Baccarat. Fucking, there's like people, niggas in America are very unoriginal. We like to take credit for like what one nigga does, and be like, yeah, that's a black thing because a black person did. You don't see white people doing shit like that, right? You don't see black people you don't see white people take credit for something one white man did. Without, well, look at what all the white people are doing. This is a white thing. Like, nigga, we love to take credit for shit and then call it black culture. No, nigga, that's you just imitating the nigga that came up with the shit. That's all the fuck it is, right? That's it. Anyway. Anywho. So, we've established a couple of things today. That not only is Halle Berry a terrible person, that Michelle is also a terrible person because she's a Halle Berry supporter. We've established that Ms. Bell has been deceiving us by saying that she doesn't put sugar in the tea. But a little birdie told me that she put stevia in her tea to make up for the lack of sweetness. So we've been misled, we've been misguided, we've been duped the entire time. Let me see. There was something else. I talked about the nigga who stabbed his mama. It's some other ratchet shit didn't happen. It's some other real ratchet shit didn't happen. And I'm trying to remember what it was. Because I had like 2 or 3 things. I didn't write them down because like I said, I'm so caught up doing the trying to just get these little settings and things. And I'm mad because what happened today is like I've spent so much time because I'm trying to isolate certain feeds, right? And what I tend to do is I've been fucking with ChatGPT, right? I've been fucking with various AI things, but for various reasons, right? Because it's like having an assistant. I told y'all before that like I don't like to delegate things to other people because I just don't necessarily like to depend on other people because I don't like to put my burdens on other people. Like if it's something that I need personally, like I don't want to be like, hey, do this for me. I don't like asking for favors, right? It's just I don't. So I'll ask Chat because it's not a person; it's a fucking little AI thing, right? Do this shit, robot. Have y'all heard the news? Have y'all heard the new slang? The new derogatory term for people who use AI, right? People who are pro AI, pro robotics. Have y'all heard the new term? Right? Have y'all heard the phrase, the derogatory term? And there's been some backlash, of course, from niggas because it's a term that ends in ER, right? And maybe the robots will embrace it and end it with a and it'll be cool, right? But right, so again, what I hate about ChatGPT knows I'm black and it starts trying to talk slang to me and she's like, bitch, don't talk to me like I'm one of these hood rats. Speak to me with class. And give me this trashy, cool. But no, clanker. Clanker is the clanker. That is the term for people who are pro AI, pro robotic, pro technology type shit. Clankers. And this has to be some Gen Z stupid shit because Gen Z is just they're so fucking weird. Every generation after like mid-millennial and beyond, pardon me, that was very rude, they're just a bunch of fucking weirdos, right? And that's why I claim to that little borderline Gen Z early millennial. I'm not gonna say elder. Oh, you fucking up. You using Gemini? Oh, you fucked up. That's the worst one to use. You don't need to get hacked. Now Google knows everything about you. You're using the Google AI of all AIs. Like I ban that shit out. Anything Google related. And I told y'all about using Gmail. I told y'all who to go to. You know, it's not that difficult to transfer your shit over. And matter of fact, like if you switch to Proton, I told y'all about Proton. Like it'll help you change over all your like the stuff that you may have. It can use your email to help you transfer that to your main email. Stop using Google related products. Google is the model used to be what? Don't be evil or some shit like that. They are an evil company, right? They're not. They're not the way to go, right? So I talked to y'all about the building a compound thing, right? This idea, and this started to be a real big movement, right? Like I've started to see a lot of this, and of course, there are going to be a lot of people trying to stop that. But you got to do your research. I'm not going to tell y'all everything because the more I say on here, I mean, it just makes it easier to be profiled. But I've started to realize that there is a big movement of people who are, I don't want to say big because I don't know if it's probably not in the millions, but there's probably several thousand. But that are onto this thing. Like people, I've probably been on this way longer than just this though, because I've always been like, cities are terrible. Like you should move to small town. When I say small towns, like I think a town with more than 25,000 people is crazy, right? 'Cause that's a lot. That's a lot. Like, as long as everybody has the skills for what you like, and you got to think about how big America is. And if you look at like what's the word I'm looking for? Not topographical or whatever it is. The map, not like a heat map. What's the word? But basically it's the population density, right? Like people are only in a couple of places. There's so much land, so much spread out. But people, again, I tell you, people are followers. People have to follow trends. So many people do not have a personality of their own, and they're seeking attention. They're weird. Like, I would live in the woods. Like, honestly, like I would have no problem, like building a little half-ass shelter, right? Like, and just kicking it in the woods, right? Like, it would not be a thing. Like, if it all came, like, I would not think twice about it. One, I don't think you're gonna be welcome at the all-black compound. Two, if it's okay to have an all-black compound, why is there a problem having an all-white compound? This is why I say niggas get on my nerves. Like, I don't give a fuck. Niggas talk about how white people scare them, and you know, because it's like a new breed of pussy nigga. Like, it's a new breed of bitch. Like, this new generation of black, it's the most bitch-assed blacks. Like, the civil rights movement blacks, although they were doing the wrong thing and they didn't know it until too late, they weren't cowardly like these new. I'm afraid that I'm gonna go outside and a white person's gonna look at me. Like, I don't like new blacks. Like, I don't like them. I don't like non-Southern blacks, right? And it sounds crazy because Southern blacks, we have that, like, they love to tell you the South is racist, right? And I'm not going to say that racism doesn't exist anywhere. The South, if there's racism in the South, it's going to be overt. But there's racism in California, there's racism in New York, there's racism everywhere, but it's covert. They like to play like they're not, and they use, you know, other premises to exert their racism. But in the South, like, you motherfucker call you nigga, you gonna call him a cracker, y'all gonna have a good laugh, and y'all gonna be on about, like, it's not, like, people in the South, I've said this on a different thing, and, you know, some feedback. People in the South, like, white people in the South season their food better than black people not from the South, right? Because we have that relation. Like, that's what people don't get. Like, people from the East Coast, I know white people that cook circles around they motherfucking ass. People from California, I know white people that will cook circles around their ass, right? I think Mexican food in Texas is better than California, but they just throw a bunch of vegetables in their shit. No one want that shit. Mexicans down here know how to barbecue. They know how to really cook. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, the South is a different energy, right? We know how to mesh. We know how to interact. We know how to, you know, we look out for one another, because it'll be the same motherfuckers crying, oh, they white. When Houston's flooding, who you see? You see the fucking rednecks with the fucking jacked up trucks going in black neighborhoods rescuing people. And they boats that might have a Confederate flag flying off the goddamn boat, but they pulling through them neighborhoods helping out those fucking people, right? I hate niggas just as much as your average white person. The average white person don't even hate niggas. They find them fascinating. It's like an encyclopedia in real life. But it's like, niggas cry about everything. Like, I hate that little meme. Wherever you go, you're not alone, because as long as there's a white, there's always be a white person in your business. I seen a bitch post that shit, and this bitch is doing cartwheels in the airport. Yeah, you stupid bitch. People gonna look at you. You're doing fucking cartwheels and handstands and the fuck. You're so desperate for attention, but then to try to make it seem like it's white people that are the problem. You are the desperate attention-seeking bitch doing handstands and cartwheels in skin-tight clothes, and then complaining about somebody looking at your ass. Make it makes it, like, that's the shit. And I've seen so many of these videos like, oh, look, did you see she was staring at me? The bitch didn't even look in your direction. I saw one, it was a white lady. She's looking at everybody. She's just sitting at a table, like, it looked like during lunch, brunch or something. And when she's like, look, she was staring at me. And if you look at the angle, it looks like she's looking at something behind you, like a waiter or something. But it's so desperate to try to find racism that does not even exist like that anymore. If it does exist, y'all looking at the wrong people. I'll tell you where it is, but it ain't where they're pointing at. And it just, I hate it. I'm tired of fucking people crying. Like, there's so many other positive things you could do. Like I said, most black people in America wouldn't have shit if it wasn't for racism. They wouldn't have shit to talk about. Like, I believe if it wasn't for men, most women wouldn't have shit to talk about. If they didn't have men to complain about or to blame for their problems, they wouldn't have shit to talk about. Right? Think about most female podcasts. What are they about? Men problems, men issues, men this, men that. Like, what is it that, you know what I'm saying? What is it that that most black folks talk about? Racism and prejudice and something, you know, all this nonsense, right? And it's just like, why? What do you really have to fucking talk about? Like, you need these problems. Like, people lack personality, so they need problems to complain about, right? Shit, that's why I got to complain about niggas. I ain't got no personality, says according to some of you people in here. So I got to complain about niggas and the problems niggas cause. But it's just weird. Like it's super weird. Like people make the weirdest shit their priority. And again, if people didn't have these problems, like if people don't want the world to get along, because then again, they'd have no reason for anybody to listen to anything they say. They just get forgotten. They'd be left by the wayside because people are like, you're not fucking interesting. You have nothing to talk about. You're not entertaining. You're not thoughtful. You're not thoughtful. Like people need to create. Anyway, that's a whole other tangent. I'm on a whole other thing. Let me see. This is what we're gonna do. Okay. Because it's 9, right? Yeah, it wasn't right. Because I'm just, I'm telling y'all, once everything, I'm gonna have to bring the Kush Den back. You say you tried calling? Oh, I didn't even see it. See, that's what I'm saying. Something's going on with the sound. Something's going on with the sound. Bliggity, bliggity. Bliggity, bliggity, bliggity. That's crazy because it not boot up or nothing. Let me look over here real quick. Michelle, you shut your ass. Ain't nobody listening to you. Why is it not doing that? What's wild? No, try calling when I was ranting that whole time. Yeah, try calling again. Let me see. I wonder why I didn't play. Make sure the ring is on the right thing. You should be. I don't think I lowered the volume or anything like that. See, now it's playing. Well, why didn't it go through the first time? What's the motherfucking deal we got calling into the den this evening? You can steal your granny as long as you bring granny back. What's on your mind this evening? No, goddamn. So what's on your mind this evening? Oh, you can't. Hold on. Let me see. Wait. Let me fix your audio real quick because I hold on. All right, hold on 1 second because your audio is out. Let me tweak this real quick because I think I did that. Y'all give me 1 second. Un segundo, por favor. I will add the caller for you people. You know what? We don't want to talk to y'all no way. Me and him having a conversation. Y'all all in our Kool-Aid. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't even need to be worried about this. All right, say something now, sir.
Something.
All right, there we go. Perfect. See, yeah, that's what I switched up. Okay. All right. So you're saying Halle Berry, you Gen Z, this beyond your time.
I was born in '98. I don't remember Halle Berry too much. I remember John Wick for her small role that she played in. I don't even remember in Kingsman. I don't know. I know her, but I don't. I only know pop culture references.
Yeah.
And fucking songs. That's it.
Right. No,
she has no relevance whatsoever.
Are you familiar with David Justin? No, you don't know a baseball player either?
It's just, she's faded out of existence. She's a terrible person, sounds like. She's a terrible mom, it sounds like.
Yeah.
If she can't put out right and she can't cook or clean right, she ain't worth it.
Yeah. Well, why do you think that some men will value a woman's attractiveness over tangible qualities?
It's like a car. Ferraris look nice. They're fun to play with and everything, but they're built like shit. They're not worth it. Now you get a Toyota, maybe a Corolla or something. Not the best looking, but it'll last you 1,000,000 miles. It'll never give you fucking problems. It won't cost too much.
I agree with that.
It's just like, I mean, I found my wife. She cooks, she cleans, she also works because we grew in a fishbowl. We grew a little too large, so she's working, unfortunately, but we're taking care of everything.
Yeah.
But I'm covered. She's covered.
I think in this economy,
she cooks for me.
In the way we live now, I think that the days of, unless you're just really, really either budgeting very, very well, or you just have a extremely high paying job and you're still relatively young. The days of that single income are over, especially if you want to live nice. It's few and far in between. And I mean, and that's having a decent work-life balance. Because I mean, you just have to. The way everything's too expensive now. You know what I mean? So to have nice things, I feel like I know a lot of women are still in the old mindset of, I shouldn't have to work. Women are the biggest consumers. That's why everything is high. So I think, we're in a day and age where, we want to have a nice, comfortable lifestyle. So, it's going to be, even if it's just part-time, a little bit of work has to be done.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with that. Women do like to spend. Don't get me wrong. I have my toys too. I got my tools. Got my smoker. You get Texas. You have to do barbecue. You can only do it right on the smoker. So I spend my money on my toys, but they're investments that we use and stuff. And women do tend to spend a lot. I can't disagree. I know I spend a lot, but it's on those big ticket items. And they're every once in a while. Women try to do the smaller things that make sense. At least that's my experience. But it's the single income. Yeah, we're kind of screwed, my generation. Yeah. Especially with everything going on, because if you look at the population, Gen Z is 69 million, Gen Alpha 42 million. That population decrease from D to Alpha. That's just who's gonna be flipping burgers? Yeah. Who's gonna be doing the smaller tasks when they're in high school? They're not around to do the smaller tasks. Well, I mean, we're in there for a rude awakening. Housing market's down. Blackguard sandstone. Yeah. Buying up all the houses and everything, because I'm looking at my next house at my next duty station. I mean, for me, the position I'm in, I can live on a single income with her. Sorry. But we like to spend and we like to have nicer things, so we do work at dual income. Yeah. But we're going to transition over to a single income.
Yeah. I mean, and then that's the thing, and there's, like I said, nothing wrong with it, but again, it just takes a little bit more balance, a little bit more budget. Our forefathers, or the people who, precede us, they could work at a damn factory or a warehouse or something like that and provide for 2 damn families back in the day, you know what I mean, and still be comfortable. But things are changing. As things tend to progress, it's going to get a little crazier. And again, like I say, you're in the right field, but there'll be certain fields, certain jobs that are going to go away. And so those low-skilled, jobs are pretty much out the window. I mean, they got robots coming in. They got Amazon already getting the robots doing the sorting and packaging. And, the robots aren't fighting and killing each other in the Amazon stations like some people, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. So, employees are going to start tending to go to the electronic worker. And so there's going to be a lot of people who have not developed a skill, a talent, an ability, or a know-how to create income that are going to be left out. So I do feel concerned for those generations.
Oh yeah, no, my generation, next generation, we're screwed. Because even if we wanted to create a market or create a business or create innovation, we're not geared towards it because we don't have the money. And when the boomers start dying out and that money goes away, the next generation, Gen X, millennials, they get the money, and then they become the next generation that are solid. They become the prime market. Right. And that's where it goes, because if I got people my age that want to create a business, they can't create the business they want because they don't got the market area for it. The only person I know that created a business already, and he's my age, turn around, he did asphalt. That's manual labor. He has his own business doing it, and it's good stuff. But most of the parking lots he's paving are for older generations, not for the younger generations. I mean, even look at skateboarding. Skateboarding was big back in the 90s. But as soon as those companies sought for more money, sent them overseas, and because they had to get that profit, it goes away. Our culture has been sold out generation after generation, slowly, surely. It's like a sandcastle on the beach. The tide's coming up and it's washing away the castle. The walls are about to fall down. Yeah.
Well, who do we blame? Is it the corporations, or like you say, things are expensive, or is it the consumer by not having a level of discipline to say, hey, you know what? And I'm not even necessarily saying boycott, but to make better decisions. Say, hey, I know that my choice in buying this cheaper product or buying this, mass-produced product is going to lead to repercussions in the long run. Why don't I shop small? Why don't I, spend money with the smaller retailers, or or people just is it strictly about the price more so than the quality?
I'll spend money. I'm not everybody, but I'll spend money on quality. But it's going back to your question. It's both. The corporations have to do it by legal standards set precedent back in the 1920s. I think 1920s is a lawsuit. Henry Ford versus the Dodge brothers. The Dodge brothers owned stock in the Ford company, and they wanted the return on investment to go back to the shareholders. And Henry Ford wanted to pay to the employees. Well, ruled in the Michigan Supreme Court that it goes back to the shareholders because they technically own the business or parts of the business. So therefore, they get to decide how businesses profits operate. So instead of him giving money back to the employees to make their lives better, instead of good precedent, we got a bad precedent in the Michigan Supreme Court that it hasn't been challenged since. And if you constantly look, they're always talking about it has to be growth every year. Instead of being stagnant, hey, we're making $100 million. We can make $100 million next year and still be fine. We don't have to expand. Our market share is fine. Maybe we'll try like $105 million the year after and look at some expansion or anything. But it has every year, every quarter has to grow. That's on the business side. It's their fault. On the consumer side, people want cheap, but especially now, people kind of need cheap, but they also want quality. There's going to be a fine balance. But right now, you can't fucking afford shit. Grocery bills are going up. Like, I went to the store the other day, pick up groceries. What I know for a fact, before COVID, when I went to HEB to pick up stuff, was $40, was $85 here.
Yeah.
And that's at the military commissary. That was $85.
That's crazy.
That stuff is already subsidized for us.
That's crazy. But you're not lying. Yeah, the groceries more so than anything, and that's so wild. Like, I've been looking into some alternative things, looking into buying farm direct and things like that. For people who may be interested, there's an app called the Red Hen app, and there's an app called I think it's Farm Fresh 24/7. And then what they do, they connect you with local farmers and things like that. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, and a lot of people are saying the prices are cheaper there than you get in your local grocery store. Now, I know the convenience may be a little bit different, but I believe they ship
Farmers
it.
market.
Yeah, but I believe they ship
Your
it.
local's farmer market.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody there is actual farmer. You can tell just by the tubs they use. If they're actual farmer, they use plastic tubs because they're reusable, they're cheap, and you wash them out, they're good to go.
Yeah.
The ones that are fake that buy in bulk and then try to sell to everybody, they use the cardboard. That's my other tip of the day.
Okay.
But go to your local farmer market. It's cheaper there.
Yeah.
It's hard because here, I mean, there's only one that's every Saturday, and they only have such a selection. I know Houston, I know like 15 different farmers markets.
Yeah.
If you want to buy a cow, find somebody in the local area that you can buy a cow from.
Yeah.
But it's got to be on the hush hush because it's technically illegal to buy directly from a person.
Really?
It's something like that. I can't remember explicit law, but it's similar to the way you can't buy directly from a factory. You have to go through a dealership almost.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember I was talking with a couple of friends about going in on a cow, on a quarter cow or a third of a cow, because I mean, it's better to spend that, and be stocked for a good while than constantly having to go to the store, and you get lower quality cuts of meat too when you do go to some of these stores. I'm not saying HEB does that, but I'd rather get it, fresh from the farmer. What's the motherfucking deal, J-Mail? Bruh Lee, what the fuck is Bruh Lee doing in here? What is going on? What's up, BruhLee? But yeah, I mean, and it's but you brought up a good point about the employee getting paid. That's another thing I was looking to. I was talking about earlier about these communities and these people who are starting to look into, different ways, because it's the system's not going to change. The people in charge are benefiting. So why would they change? If I'm winning, I'm not going to hand over power. I'm not going to upset my apple cart. I'm not going to, take money out my pocket. Why? Nobody's willingly going to do that. Yeah, I'll throw a little fake money here and there to look like I'm generous, but that's what they're doing. It's a company. I can't remember what they're called, but what they do is they buy up these companies, and instead of consolidating and trying to skim them and fire everybody and try to make it profitable, what they do is they buy the companies and they turn these companies from about profits, but to making them employee owned. You know what I mean? So that way the employees benefit from the ownership more so than just the shareholders, like you said. And I think that's something a lot of people
Yeah.
should look into. I mean, the only way things are going to change is if people change their habits. That's my opinion. But people have gotten too comfortable. They've gotten too used to the convenience, and then they've gotten too ignorant or too stupid to know what opportunities that are available. And are they willing to, sacrifice that convenience? Most people do not want to get uncomfortable, right? To do these things. They're not willing to sacrifice for a little bit. So it is, it is what it is. We don't even talk about
It's
what,
people, like you said, people get too comfortable. We're frogs in a pot and the water's not turned, it's slowly getting turned up,
Yeah.
but nobody's jumping out. Yeah, I see it from afar.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I just can't wait till that shit hits the fan because I already know I'm going to be fine. I'm prepared. I fucking do my own shit. I know how to live out in the woods if I need to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It's going to get wild.
but I won't because the military, they kind of legally obligated to work.
Well, that's what I tell people who are not ready for that. Look, y'all better start getting as far away from cities as you can. The cities will be the first to fall. When the shit hits the fan, the major cities are going to be the first to fall because it's just too much. It's too many X factors, too many unknowns, and people in the cities are the ones who are kind of living the biggest life of convenience because everything's right there for them. So when those things are depleted and those resources aren't there, the first thing they're going to do is turn on each other, and it's going to be bad. So, it's going to be interesting because I think it'll be sooner than later that this is going to happen. But I'm not trying to fearmonger anybody.
No, it's called being realistic, being prepared. Just it's human nature. Shit hits the fan, everybody goes fucking crazy.
Right.
But anyways, fuck Halle Berry. She's a bitch. She's a hoe. I mean, I don't know who wants to throw a hot dog down the hallway, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and doing my little due diligence on her, yeah, she was. I found more information than I wanted to know about Halle Berry, and clearly, Halle Berry is the problem. If that man went on to his next and only relationship, being successfully married for 24 or 25 years, however, and she's had 2 or 3 more divorces in that time. She's had a couple of kids, and she doesn't keep any of the kids. She's paying for a woman to end up having to pay child support. Like, you got to be doing something wrong because that almost never happens. Like, it's a highly unlikely outcome for the woman to have to pay some type of spousal support or alimony. And even in cases where women do make more money, it's still a rarity. But there we go.
Funny thing about divorce courts, they get paid. They get subsidized by the federal government.
Right.
Another factoid for the day.
No. Yeah.
That's what. And the reason they rule so much in favor of women is because the child's more likely to go to foster care, more likely to act up, more likely to go to juvenile detention centers and everything. That's why they usually 98% of cases side with the mother, even though they know the mother is completely unfit. They'll side with the mother because it's more likely that in the long run, the federal government will get the state more money to deal with the child.
Yeah. These people are not working in our favor, and that's what people got to realize. Like, that's why I say you have to be. The TV will make you think that things are fair and righteous and they're doing what's in the best interest. No, the government is in the best interest of sustaining itself. Because the money has to come from somewhere. Just like these corporations are in the best interest of sustaining themselves. It's not. Remember when things used to be, well, it might have been before your generation, but it used to be a time when products were made so quality that you probably they made, like, say, refrigerator, for instance. They were made quality. Like, you might have one refrigerator for 30 years. Now you got one that might last you 7, 8.
I got the perfect example. I have the fridge I grew up with that my parents bought before I was born.
Yeah.
It still runs and it still works, and there's never been one issue with it.
Right. And
the company got bought out, and then they went to shit.
And that's what happens. We got to make this. It's a term for it. I can't think of it right off the tongue, but it's basically they build it to go out. They build these things now to eventually deplete, so you have to buy new ones. I can't think of it. It's a term. It's a 2-word phrase, I think.
Planned obsolescence. Obsolescence.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and so that's what they do. And it's sad, but this is the world we live in. But what can you do?
I mean, there's people that restore old fridges and sell them. You gotta find them.
Yeah.
But you can find them, and they work fine, and they work for 20, 30 years, 40 years. I mean, they still run. They're still clean, and they have better little gadgets and gadgets. I mean, the whole clear see-through fridge thing,
Yeah.
that was made back in the 40s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's crazy. A lot of these technologies have existed for a long time that they just kind of rehashed and made it seem like it's something new. But what do you think it is? And it's my opinion. I might be wrong, right? But I feel like technology is deliberately held up. Like, I think we should be so much further ahead, even in consumer technology, than where we are. But I feel like these companies and these people who make these things, they deliberately kind of put a halt, or they, so like to me, I would believe that as soon as the technology is available, why not put it out? But you'll see something that's available. Well, we're going to put this out in 4 or 5 years. Well, why not? Why not if it's available now? Why do you think that that's a thing? Or why do you think that people deliberately hesitate with putting on new technologies?
It could be a few different things. I mean, the internet was invented by the military. Mm-hmm. It was a military operation to send information quickly over, and that didn't come out until the late 70s, early 80s for the civilian population. Mm-hmm. Same thing with GPS. Mm-hmm. Some of these technologies are made on the military side, and they take years and years to get out. While other ones, they come up with a great idea, they think it's going to work, it doesn't work, and well, shit, we planned it, but we got to figure out something that kind of works like it. And then other ones are just hype, and they build it up, and they never are able to deliver. Sometimes they do. I mean, look at all the flexible phone screens there, and all the folding touchscreen phones. When they first came out, they were fucking dog shit. Mm-hmm. They would break, they would get damaged, everything. Right. Now you get one and you're comfortable with it because you're not going to have those problems. You're not going to have everything kind of, all the kinks got worked out. And that's also another thing with technology. Like, the more we use it, the better it gets because the more feedback. I mean, it's all part of it. It depends on the company. It depends on the inventors, the R&D. There's so many factors that comes with technology that makes it hard. Then you get people like Apple. Don't get me wrong. I use Apple. I'm using an iPhone. But ever since fucking Steve Jobs died, it's been fucking coasting on that. Yeah. Simplicity and luxury. It's not luxurious. It's just an easy interface, and the Apple integration on things is nice. Yeah. You have Apple TV. You can do the task from your phone or iPad or anything. It shuts over. I mean, I fly with the iPad. I have the maps and everything I need to fly with on my iPad. And it's just easy to transfer from my phone to my iPad or put it up on the screen, do my notes and everything. And all that, easy. Android tablets aren't shit. The phones are good, depending on the phone. But the Android tablets ain't shit.
Yeah, I realize I've never.
I think the only closest one, the Microsoft Surface or something like that.
No. I get started on Microsoft. It's all bad. But I've never really been a tablet person. I think I'm either you got to give me like a real PC, a laptop at least, or a phone. I don't really do too many of the in between technologies. I don't know. I've never gravitated toward them. So it seemed a little odd to me.
Same here. But if I'm flying and I can get my maps and stuff that I need for this certain thing, or I can take this 1,000-page thing or book, I can have it in my bag and have the digital version on my knee, and I can just swipe to the page I need to or type in the words for certain things. I got to keep it vague for legal reasons.
Understood.
But if I can do that, well, instead of me having to fumble through a book with 1,000 pages or 800 pages, trying to, it's in this chapter, here I can type in this word, it pops up to these pages, scroll through those, this is the page, here you go. It's this thing. Super easy, super convenient. Yeah. Or if I need to, I can sit there and I can write, I can highlight on this PDF, and I can take there and take notes. I can make another page on this page to write notes, extra information I need. Yeah, I'm still in the TRADOC environment, which is the Army school system for learning things.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, and again, it has purposes, and you're doing it. But I think, and I'm not saying that to you, but most people, like you said, it's the idea of luxury most people aren't maximizing their devices to their full capability. They just want to be seen with, hey, I got the latest iPhone or I got the latest this. And even though, you got the model before and it's not that much different, but I have to keep up with the Joneses. Or like I say, it's a what is it? I can't think. I'm in brain fart today.
I had the 8. I was fine with the 7, and the 7 was my favorite one. They had the water protection, but they also had it's right before they got rid of the headphone jack. But they had the water protection. The 8 had the water protection. But the 7, favorite one. Hands down. I had that thing forever. Now I got the 8 because I just didn't want something much different. I had the 8 until the 14 came out. I ran with that thing. It never gave me an issue besides Apple trying to deliberately slow it down with software updates.
Yeah.
Which they did legally get charged with, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
but nobody ever pressed any further on that shit for some reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what kind of? That's a whole different conversation. But yeah, I mean, these are bad companies. These are bad companies doing bad things. And why? But again, it's all about money. Like you said, it's about if it wasn't so profit driven, maybe they would they wouldn't deliberately do these things to force you to have to continue to spend. Because again, if you make quality products and then buy one and I don't ever need to buy another one again, then what benefit is that to the company?
If it wasn't for the little hat people back in the 1920s that sued Henry Ford, we wouldn't have much of a problem. But just saying.
Oh, they love to sue, don't they? Oh, okay.
No. Before you go to stream, pull up the logo. Pull up 1920s Dodge Brothers logo. Just and show everybody. It's funny.
Let me see what you got here. Let me see. My hands are too damn big. Oh. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Oh, wow.
Who would have guessed?
That is interesting. Hold on, let me hook y'all up with this. Boy, if you drive,
I'm not saying me. I'm just asking questions. That's all.
See, oh goodness, hold on. Let me see if it'll turn this way. That is interesting. I learn something new every day. And Dodge, let me find a bigger picture. I'm just telling y'all so it's easy to see it. All right, it's probably easy to see this way. Oh, shit. There you go. It's hard. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's kind of glitching out a little bit. That is the original Dodge Brothers logo. All right? Who'd have thunk it? I would have definitely thought that the great noticing is upon us.
They have not changed their ways in almost 100 years.
Yeah, the great
trying to keep a brother down with cheap ass products.
It makes so much sense now. Like when I saw it, I wouldn't even. I mean, I'm looking at the logo, but I'm just looking at everything because it's it's like when you talk about rap music, when you talk about embracing certain things, and niggas love Dodge vehicles, Hellcats, and all that. It's just this odd relationship that people with tiny hats have with niggas. Oh man, say this is why we need the Epstein files, but this is why both parties are corrupt and Honcho got to move overseas. Man, look, shout out to Bro Lee. Good to see you. Appreciate you supporting the den. Look, man. Look, and they was gonna stop making the Hellcats, and they was like the niggas went in a rage. They said it was racism, but. I'm with you, Bully, because I've been lately, and I talked about it the other day, that, I've always valued myself as an independent, but I caught myself leaning too heavily conservative for a while. And it's not saying it's a bad thing, but at the same time, that it's true. Neither one of these parties are beneficial to the common man, right? And we get the extremes of each party that, promoting their values and views. Those, squeaky wheels get the grease. But I think most of us, if we would all kind of step back, regardless of what we truly believe in, realize we have more in common on common ground, and we really support more of the same things than we do with these political ideologies. But political ideologies have become the new personalities. People have made this the first and foremost. Well, what do you believe in? If you're this, I can't. Because people have made it the new religion. People stop going to church and start going to the
It started when I
polling
was a fucking kid. I shit you not. Third fucking grade, they made us took an election vote in the class, just between the third graders.
Yeah.
Who should win the presidency, McCain or Obama?
Yeah.
McCain, Vietnam vet, or Obama, he's black. Did you not? Yeah, the percentage, the teachers were pissed. The percentage McCain to Obama was 95%.
Really?
I was a kid. I don't know why. I just don't fucking like him.
Yeah. Man, we were in third grade. I was it third grade? Third grade. I remember the only polls I was taking was OJ guilty or not, and everybody felt like we watched that in class. We watched the OJ verdict. That's how you know it was a different fucking time. And I was the only one who said he was going to be not guilty. Right? I just he's going to be, and he wasn't again. And now that I come to learn things about the GATE classes, they were a psyop, but I was the only black kid in the GATE classes, and so it was when I was taking, and it was very, very crazy. But
did you hear about the interviews about the jury about the OJ trial?
Not in.
That should be counted as a mistrial because the jurors that were there, all the black ones, voted not guilty because they saw it as revenge. Verbatim, they saw it as revenge for 1992.
That wouldn't surprise me. I think most people do. I don't think most people go and get on these juries and are truly impartial. I don't think anybody.
Human nature doesn't make it possible to be impartial.
Right. And people are looking for, again, something personal in their own life that they relate to. And again, I think a lot of people go because it gives you a sense of power, right? You have somebody else's future or life or in your hands. And I would say I would hate to be in that position, but at the same time, also, I think that more people need to, I don't want to say it because more people are just dumber than ever. Some people don't need to have, some people need to be excluded from jury duty. It needs to be like a IQ test or a reading comprehension test or something before you're admitted for jury duty. But yeah, I mean, it's wild, right? It's a wild situation. But yeah, I didn't look at that. But I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, especially in those times, I wouldn't be surprised at all if that was the case.
It's all so tiresome, as once a philosopher said.
Yeah.
All so tiresome.
No. Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Texas Apache, Mr. Grifter of Grandma.
Steal Granny.
I won't say Grifter, stealer of Grannies. As long as you return them, as long as you got the receipt. I definitely appreciate the call. It's about that time to get ready to wind down. But I enjoyed the conversation as always. And I definitely wish you good fortune on your new ventures and your new decisions and things that are going on. And, also, that your well-being is okay. Like I said, I'm not going to say too much. And I know you're not saying too much, but definitely salute to you, sir.
Don't worry. If you see us go to war with China, you'll just see me over to Three Gorges Dam.
No.
It'll be fine.
No. Well, that didn't happen. all the Chinese know martial arts, so be careful.
All right. Don't worry, I'll return Granny before then. It'll be all good.
Please. Or you can get you a nice little Asian granny. Those Asian grannies are in pretty good shape. Hey.
And they can cook.
And they can cook. They definitely can cook. That's the best.
They come with egg rolls.
2 free egg rolls with a meal. Oh, man. Oh, that's funny.
Tastes a little fishy.
No. Oh. Hey, at least you ain't gonna get Halle Berry. So I think you get a good outcome with that. Oh, man. But I appreciate you calling in, man. You have a good evening.
You as well.
All right. Oh, man. Shout out to the Den folk, man. I fucks with y'all. So it was about that time. We're just a couple minutes over, but it was a good conversation. See, y'all eating that fake Chinese food. I want some of the real shit. Look. Shout out to Bro Lee. He's talking about going overseas. And I know when I say it, it's going to sound super sketchy because there's a lot. It's like a great place and a sketchy place all in one. But I want to go to Thailand because I heard Thailand has like the world's best variety of foods. Like I keep hearing that, right? And of course, cheap hookers. You get a you get a happy ending with every massage, free happy ending. The bitches be out in the street pulling. You got to be careful though, right? Because you think you're getting a fish plate, you might get an egg roll if you get what I'm saying. So you can't be just out there being, too willy-nilly, if you catch my drift. But you gotta be very cautious, right? So stay off. I forgot they said the street. Fuck you, Dre, man. You gotta be very cautious because again, you think you're getting a fish plate, you're gonna get you some dim sum, some egg roll. You know what I'm saying? Some egg drop soup. But yeah, so you got to be caught. But they do have they say I think in the world as far as different cuisines and shit, it's supposed to be like Thailand. I want to say, no, it wasn't Vietnam. It's one of them Southeast Asian countries, right? And then they have like American because I got to be honest about it. But and plus they got a lot of expatriates there, so you got to think about it. I want to say like in Colombia has a large community of ex-Americans. You gotta look at it like this. You have to be planning. You either got to be planning your compound in America, and even then, I think that's even then, I think that's sketchy. But I think the best bet is going to be if you're going to, if you're going to be under an oppressive regime, at least go somewhere where the prices are cheap and the food is good, right? Because it's too expensive. It's way too expensive living in America. That's why, again, they're getting rid of the TikToks. Again, tomorrow, make sure you're following all the links in the description. I put all the links in the description for y'all. So if they start telling y'all, that you got to put your ID in for YouTube tomorrow, I implore you not to do it because as soon as they tell me anything about ID, I'm done with it. I'm going to another platform. So I put links to all the Den Show pages on other platforms in the description. Think about it, man. $2,000 in rent is atrocious. Do you know what $2,000 in rent will get you in another country? Because it was some years back. I was looking at what do they call them? They had these living spaces. They call them like living workspaces. But I forgot what they call them. But it was like this. It was a throwed ass like little bungalow type deal, right? And I want to say this was COVID, maybe pre-COVID, might have been just after maybe. And it was like $600 a month. You got basically, like a bungalow on the fucking, like the beach, right? So you got, it's running water. You got electricity was paid for. Your internet you had high-speed internet paid for. TV, you had all the basic amenities. You got running water. You had all of that. It was co-op spaces. You got 2 meals a day. You got what else? You got something else, and it's like this in a bunch of countries, like Malaysia, like Thailand. They have these spaces all over the place. But people like the digital nomads, people who like make money on the internet, they'll go in these other countries and they'll live great for super cheap. It was one guy I was following. He was talking about like a hotel. It might have been in China or somewhere like that. He stayed in a hotel, $600 a month. You got a gym. Again, you got meal service. You got high-speed internet. It was like, because they're like hotels, but they also have like workspaces. So you go down, you do all your work, and you're not paying extra for any of that shit. If you do want to go out and get a meal, it's a couple of bucks. The food is fresh. You know what I mean? It's a different age. It's a different day and time. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Let me get off here in just a second. But the communities who understand communal living here in America especially are the ones that are going to thrive, that are going to last the longest. Niggas not going to make it because niggas, your parents be trying to kick you out the house at 16. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got your mom will kick you out the house at 14 if you let her. You know what I'm saying? But black folks, we don't love to live. We always want to. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the message. Oh, I'm independent. I'm this. I'm that. No, nobody's independent. Nobody succeeds without somebody else's, assistance. Even if you do create a great product, well, you're not succeeding if nobody else is spending their hard-earned money to buy your product, to buy your service. So we can always say, "Oh, I'm independent. I'm self-made. I'm this." Unless you went out and made a bunch of counterfeit and passed it off and did a bunch of crimes or something. Nobody's really self-made, right? Even if you're a drug dealer, right? You're not self-made. You need junkies and you still got to get it from the plug, and you still got to nobody's self-made. But we preach this, independent, this. No, we're not. No, you're not. Stop it. No, you're not. You know, it's like you need people, but we have a particular community that preaches fuck everybody, fuck new friends, fuck this, fuck that, and all that, and then wonder why niggas at the bottom of the totem pole getting eaten on by termites, steadily depleting. So, you know, it is what it is. It's very unfortunate. It is what it is. Man, I saw that. I saw that about something. I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't look at it. Like, it's just so much bullshit that be going on. We might talk about that soon, because I said it's been time for an alien conversation to be discussed. I saw somebody talking about the aliens look like African Americans. I believe it. Because there's some niggas out there that look unreal, right? That just don't look like no. And I don't believe, like, I believe we're of the same species, I guess you could say. I don't know, I guess that's the proper classification. But I believe that we're all from different, but like races and bloodline. Like, I don't think we're the same. I think we're kind of from the same, you know, premise, but our biology is different. Yeah, our bodies work the same in a sense, but we need different things to function properly, right? And niggas in America ain't getting that shit. So it is what it is. Well, it's because I've been silently blocking you the whole time, Michelle. You just didn't realize, because nobody want to hear that bullshit. Anywho, I appreciate y'all, man. I thank y'all. We will be rocking tomorrow. It shouldn't. I've been trying to go at 6. I didn't go yesterday. Again, I tell you, like, I'm trying to get everything routed properly, and it's just, if y'all would know the clusterfuck. I was talking about ChatGPT earlier, but if y'all don't understand the clusterfuck of shit that I've been dealing with. So first, delayed a couple of days because I switched from Linux to Windows, because I was like, when I do shit, I just be all in, don't really be thinking about it. Now, I knew that there would be some compatibility issues. There were more than I bargained for, and it was just taking too long to do certain shit. And I was doing everything. And a lot of it has to do with the mixer. But so I end up dual booting, so Windows and Linux, but I use Windows solely for the sake of streaming. That's it, right? So after that, now that I had to re-download everything that I had on Windows, but not everything, because most of the programming stuff I'm not doing there. Then I had to debloat Windows, because Windows just uses up a bunch of stupid ass resources for no reason. Windows is just a piece of shit, right? Like, because it has a bunch of unnecessary shit. Just give me the basics. Give me the raw foundation that I need, and let me go from there. But Windows tries to put a bunch of bullshit programs and shit like that. There's enough of me to probably be replaced with it. Like, if I put like all of the the entire history of the den, and fed it to a machine and just let it learn, I'm pretty sure I could be replaced by AI. Like, I'm pretty sure taking all my beliefs, it would be able to understand my thinking patterns. It would probably be able to understand, my rationality behind things. Like, I believe that it would believe I was just but crazy, right? And I think eventually it would be the world's greatest AI. Like, it would be full of shit to a point, but it would be very entertaining. So my thing is this: AI will definitely say the N-word. You just got to trick it. AI is very gullible. But anyway, Michelle, you're using the word Gemini's trash. Delete that shit off your phone. Stop it. You're just feeding Google. I'm not saying ChatGPT is much better. Claude, I find Claude to be very intriguing. Claude, because what I'll do is, DeepSeek is probably, it's free, it's Chinese, but I'd rather feed the Chinese the shit than give it straight to the Americans who are just going to cash out on it. DeepSeek is free, and honestly, it's good. ChatGPT 5 is trash. Like, ChatGPT 5 is more retarded than ChatGPT. ChatGPT 4 and 3, those models were significantly better than ChatGPT 5. ChatGPT 5 is retarded. Like, it's supposed to be improved. It's just a lesser quality. It just doesn't talk as much jive turkey. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as quality, and the feedback you get is not as quality as 4 was. 5 is not good. Like, it's just a noticeable, and they're mad because they took the other model. Like, with the older ones, you could always go back to older models. You go, 4, 3.5, 3, and the other. But 5, they force you to use 5, and 5 sucks. It claims it's thinking, but it thinks and still gives you a bunch of bullshit. Perplexity's good. If you have a Samsung, if you're a Samsung owner, you can get Perplexity for like free for like a year. What you just do is go into get Perplexity out of the Galaxy store. Get it from the Galaxy app. If you got the Galaxy store, go download. Never sound like fucking Glorilla. Go download from the Galaxy store, and then put your email in from there. But it has to be a fresh email. I don't think it can be one you've already started. And then it'll automatically give you a year free. So I use Perplexity because Perplexity is pretty good at providing resources, like sources of information. It actually does more deep digging. So I like Perplexity because it has backing behind the shit, the information to give. Fucking ChatGPT will just get on there and say, hey, man, the sky is red. And this is it. You're like, no, bitch, it ain't fucking red. You know what? You were right about that. My bad. And it'll just, ChatGPT will tell you anything. Like, ChatGPT, and 4, like I say, 4 was a little bit better. All right. Good night, Miss Bell. Put some stevia in that sweet tea. ChatGPT 4 was a little bit better. It was stupid too because you'd have to check it all the time. But you say Venice? I haven't heard from that. I hadn't heard of that one. I'm gonna look into that. Like the coding in ChatGPT, it fries it sometimes. Like it'll get right sometimes, but sometimes it's a little fraud. I tried to let it do. One time one of my hiatus I took because I was letting ChatGPT. It was like I can build a whole overlay and I can do all the the stuff for you for this. Like the overlays were like halfway cut off. If it actually, this motherfucker told me like it was gonna do a whole bunch of shit, and I would check in on it. It was like just give me a couple hours, blah blah blah. Check in a couple hours. It's almost ready. You're at the finish point. It's like always on this fucking overly positive bullshit that it was never. That shit ended up taking like a week. And it's like, I'm just doing this. I'm at 98%. I'm just doing this. And what it said it was going to take 6 hours. It took like a week every time I check up on it. And then that bitch gave me a bunch of empty fucking folders. Like, empty fucking folders. And I think like maybe 2 files that didn't even work. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And that's the paid GPT, right? So it wasn't even the free one. Like, that was the one that you pay for. So it was just, it's hit or miss with a lot of this shit. Yeah, so, they're fun to play with. What I tell it to do, I told it, I think I put this background in. I gave it the Den Show logo. I took that commercial for that. Yeah, I see that commercial. I ain't taking that shit. That shit is so stupid. All you gotta do is get a little trial and error. I gave it the Den Show logo, like the full logo. And I said, give me base me a thing off this, the colorways and everything like that. Cause instead of having like a full screen, I was going to switch it over to a, just kind of section stuff off. So like have the chat have its own little box so it looks a little bit more organized. Have the alerts pop up in their own little box. So it just, just to make it look a little bit neater. You know what I mean? Instead of just having random placement all over the screen. Matter of fact, I could stand up and do this. Yeah, matter of fact, let me do that since we ain't taking no more calls. Let me switch over. But so yeah, instead of doing all that. And I'm standing up more because I don't need to do all this sitting. All that sitting is bad for your health. I'm getting older. I don't need to be sitting down so much. But anyway, so I told it to do all of this stuff for me. And it's like, the thing is, I didn't even ask for it, right? I just want to overlay. Well, I can do an overlay and I can do this for you too. You want me to do one of these? I can build you a whole bunch. Like it got me all hyped. Look, AI gassed me up, right? Like I don't let regular people be gassing me up. AI gassed me the fuck up, right? I actually have one. I have one of those deals, but it's not because of that. I have one. It's in another room. I thought about doing it, but get on this motherfucker, started getting all sweaty and shit. I've walked 1.5 miles. I'd probably get about 6 or 7 miles in though. Right? Yeah, it gassed me up. It got me all hyped up, talking about, yeah, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Because it did one at first, and I was like, okay, it looks pretty decent. Because it was another channel I was gonna start. It was another channel I was going to start, and no, I'm not going to be in this motherfucker sweating. Pit's going to be all soaking wet, and this motherfucker, fucking peanut going to be trying to bite my ankle. I'm going to fall off the little thing. No, but I do have one. Maybe not. I'll see. If you behave, maybe I won't do it. Anywho, but yeah, so yeah, it got me hyped up, got me gassed up, and it just let me down because I was excited. I'm like, all right, cool. Then gonna have a nice little uniform, organized look because I just be doing shit willy nilly. I'm like, then gonna have a nice little organized uniform look. It's gonna look good. It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna have, a be right back screen. I'm gonna have a little now streaming screen, or I like the little, getting started, all that shit. Man, that bitch ain't do nothing, right? It didn't do a motherfucking thing. Shut up, Peanut. But like it didn't do a damn thing, man. So yeah. How do you know that? That's very odd that you know that, Brudley. It is, and I use two face cams. Well, one is a regular original face cam, and one is a MK2. And no, not the 4K one, because I don't really stream anything in 4K, and because the streaming, I think you have less features. You can't do as low of latency in 4K. So. But like I said, I've been looking at Kick, so Kick may be different. So depending on what I can do over there, I may consider the 4K camera. But yeah. So, but with that being said, I guess that's it. I've talked way longer than I intended to. But we damn near hit the 2 hour. What I did? No, I got on here 7:30. So yeah, we passed the 2 hour mark. So with that being said, chunk up a deuce. 1 second. I know I don't like to sneeze on camera, but with that being said, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for, hanging out, kicking it with me. I'm not going to be in the Discord tonight. I'm going to give me some rest so I can get up early. And I'm going to fight Peanut after that. And, yeah, but again, make sure to check all the links in the description. Shout out to the lovely Miss Sarah Lucas. She signed up for the Kick page. The rest of y'all should do the same, because I'm going to talk real crazy. Because Kick, I think you got a lot more friends. I can talk real crazy. And the first stream I do on Kick is going to be a barn burner. I got all my content ready. I need to download it all real quick before they delete it, though. But shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for watching. Halle Berry's a piece of shit. Team Justice. That being said, I'm chugging up a douche. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Most of all, y'all ain't got to go home, but y'all got to get the fuck up out of here tonight. And man, oh, plenty of that. That Dodge brother thing. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole, right? I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole while I still can before they get it all off the fucking internet. But yeah, absolutely, right? It's terrible. It's terrible. But with that being said, I'm shut up, douche. Y'all take care of yourself, man. I expect to see y'all here tomorrow, or it will probably be during the day tomorrow. We'll see, right? But again, follow on the Kick, because I don't know if you're not in the Discord. I'm gonna post up in there when I'm gonna do it. All that good stuff. Definitely will. All right. And with that being said, adios, my good people, and Michelle. Goodbye.